Morning. So, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do today, but I thought I'd have you join me. I'm going to make it up as I go along, so stay tuned and we'll find out what I do next. So, as always, I start with our Mineral Touch Liquid Foundation in the color Organza because you need a good foundation to start out your look. And I just buff that all around, and I'm going to do a light coating, but I do have a couple of more red areas from sunburn, so I am going to add a little bit of extra to those more problem areas. I get lots of redness around my nose and my T-zone. Then I'm moving on to my Addiction Palette 1. I'm going to start with the color Elated and go right below the brow and just give it a little bit of a light color there. And I'm using my Splurge Cream Shadow. I'm using the color Extravagant. It's a gold color. I found that it's been a great, fun, easy summer color. It's a really pretty gold shimmer. And then I decided on Swanky today, which is also a shimmer color in the Addiction Palette 1. I'm going right below the brow bone just to give it some depth. Then I'm using my Moodstruck liquid liner. It's our Precision liquid liner, and I'm using the color Perfect. And this liquid liner is a nice, almost like a felt tip. It goes on really smooth. It's easy to use. Even though it's easy to use, I often make mistakes because I'm not good at liner. Liner's been a tough one for me, so I'm still learning. But it's a great color, and it's been going really well with pairing with the Addiction Palette 1 and my Splurge Cream Shadows. Then I'm going to use my Moodstruck 3D Fiber Lashes, and I start with the Transplanting Gel. I always start with the upper lashes, and I make sure to coat front and back of the lashes. And once I've coated the front and back of the upper lashes, I go ahead and I use the fibers, and I start about maybe halfway down, maybe a little less than halfway down the lash, and just kind of tap in those fibers. You really want to focus on getting them on the ends of the lashes, not at the base of the lash. Then I'm using that Transplanting Gel again, and while the upper lashes kind of sit for a minute so those fibers can adhere to the Transplanting Gel, I use the Transplanting Gel on my lower lash. And I don't use the fibers on the lower lash. I've mentioned that in other videos. They're already kind of long on the lower lashes for me, so I just use it like a mascara. Once I've done that, I go back in. Those upper lashes have had a minute to set, so I go back in with the Transplanting Gel and do another coat to set it. And again, you want to make sure to coat both top and bottom of the lashes to make sure those fibers are sealed really well. And here again, I'm starting with the upper lashes. That way, while I do the lower lashes, they can have a minute to set with that first coating and the fibers. And we have a little fallout there. That's normal, but once you get that second coat of Transplanting Gel, it seals those lashes in really well. I get a little bit of product stuck on the end of my brush often, so I want to make sure you want to make sure to check that so that you aren't putting it on and accidentally put a big clump of product on your eyelashes. So just wipe that off on the container before, or in the container before you start. Then I'm going to go back into my Addiction Palette 1, and I have a nice stiff brush that I'm using, and I'm going into the color Forthright, and I am using that to just line my eyebrows. And for some reason it kind of looks a little auburn in this video, but it doesn't have that auburn hue in natural lighting. So this color is a really nice color for the brows, and it just shows how versatile the shadow palette can be. It doesn't have to be for one purpose. And I find that this is a really fast way to do your brows too, which is nice. And I always go in and I blend my eyebrows so they have more of a soft look. Now I'm using my Moodstruck Precision Pencil in the color Plush. And I just give a light coating on there. And then I'm using my Stiff Upper Lip Moodstruck Minerals Lip Stain, and I'm using the color Shy today. And you can do multiple coats. You can let it dry and then do another coat. I just did one today. I didn't want a ton of color, just a little bit. And it's a great lip stain to give you just that little bit of pink throughout the day. And then I'm using my Moodstruck Precision Pencil, not the liquid liner for the tear line, but I'm using it again in the color Perfect. All right, there you have it, the finished look. Thanks for joining me.